Imagine a dog. Not just any dog, but the kind you might see in your neighborhood. Maybe a friendly golden retriever, a playful beagle, or a loyal German shepherd. Picture its wagging tail, its eager eyes, and the way it greets you at the door. Now, think about the biggest dog you've ever seen. Maybe it was a Great Dane or a massive Saint Bernard towering over other dogs at the park. Even those giants seem impressive, right? But now, let's stretch your imagination even further. Imagine a dog so large it dwarfs a wolf, the wild ancestor of all domestic dogs. Picture it standing next to a lion, the king of the jungle, and being even bigger than that mighty cat. Hard to believe? It sounds like something out of a fantasy novel, but nature has a way of surprising us. Now here's the real shocker. Could a dog actually be bigger than a bear? Bears are some of the largest land predators alive today. Think of a grizzly or a polar bear, towering over most animals in the wild. The idea of a dog outsizing such a beast seems almost impossible. But millions of years ago, in the vast and untamed wilderness of North America, a true giant roamed the land. The world was a very different place back then, filled with strange and powerful creatures. Forests stretched for miles, and the air was thick with the calls of animals long extinct. This giant wasn't a bear, nor was it a lion, or any animal you might recognize from today's world. The creatures we know now hadn't even evolved yet. The landscape was empty of the familiar, and the rulers of the land were unlike anything we see now. Instead, the title of giant belonged to a dog, a truly enormous prehistoric dog called Epikion hydeni. This was no ordinary canine. It was a powerful predator, larger than any dog alive today, and yes, even bigger than many bears. Imagine coming face to face with a dog that could look a grizzly in the eye. That's the incredible story of the giant dog that once ruled North America. Meet Epikion hydeni, the largest dog-like animal ever discovered. This wasn't your friendly neighborhood golden retriever. Epikion was a powerful predator, built for strength and speed. It roamed North America millions of years ago, long before humans appeared. Epikion lived during the Miocene epoch, which lasted from about 23 million to 5 million years ago. During this time, Earth was warmer, and grasslands spread across North America. These grasslands were home to many different animals, including camels, horses, and rhinoceroses, and Epikion, the giant dog. Epikion belonged to a group of animals called Borophaginii, sometimes nicknamed the bone-crushing dogs. These weren't your typical dogs. They had powerful jaws and teeth, perfect for crushing bones and tearing through tough meat. When we think of prehistoric predators, we often imagine saber-toothed cats or massive bears. But have you ever wondered just how enormous some ancient dogs could get? Meet Epikion hydeni, a true giant among canines. So, just how big was Epikion? Let's put its size into perspective. Picture this. You walk into your kitchen and see a dog standing as tall as your countertop. That's not your imagination running wild. Epikion hydeni could actually reach over 3 feet tall at the shoulder, towering above most modern dogs, and even rivaling the height of some large wolves. It's almost hard to believe, but this ancient canine would have looked you straight in the eye if you were sitting down. But height wasn't its only impressive feature. Epikion could grow to be over 6 feet long from nose to tail, about the length of a tall adult human lying flat. Imagine encountering a dog of that size roaming the ancient plains. And if you think its size was intimidating, wait until you hear about its weight. Epikion hydeni could tip the scales at a staggering 370 pounds, about as heavy as a full-grown grizzly bear. That's more than 3 times the weight of the largest modern wolves. It's truly incredible to imagine such a colossal canine prowling the wilds of prehistoric North America, dominating its environment with sheer size and strength. So probably the most impressive thing about Epikion was its powerful jaws. Its teeth were thick and strong, just perfect for crushing bones. This powerful bite, honestly, allowed Epikion to hunt large prey and even scavenge from other predators. Epikion was a carnivore, which basically means it ate meat. Its powerful jaws and teeth let it hunt large animals, like camels and horses. It probably also scavenged, eating the leftovers from other predators whenever it got the chance. Scientists believe Epicaion was both a hunter and a scavenger. Its powerful build suggests it could chase down and kill prey, but at the same time, its bone-crushing jaws made it a super-efficient scavenger, able to eat parts of carcasses that other animals just couldn't get to. The story of Epicaion, one of the largest prehistoric dogs to ever roam North America, is both fascinating and tragic. For millions of years, Epicaion thrived as a top predator, dominating the vast grasslands and open woodlands of the Miocene epoch. But, like so many incredible creatures from the distant past, Epicaion's reign eventually came to an end. Its extinction marks not just the loss of a single species, but the closing of an entire chapter in the history of life on Earth. The disappearance of Epicaion is a reminder of how fragile even the mightiest animals can be in the face of changing environments and new challenges. Scientists have spent decades piecing together the puzzle of why Epicaion vanished. The answer, it turns out, is complex and involves several powerful forces at work. One major factor was climate change. During the late Miocene, the Earth's climate began to shift dramatically. Temperatures cooled and rainfall patterns changed, transforming the once lush grasslands into more arid and less hospitable environments. These changes didn't happen overnight, but over thousands of years, they slowly altered the landscape that Epicaion and countless other animals depended on for survival. As the climate changed, so did the plants and animals that made up these ancient ecosystems. The grasslands that once stretched for miles began to shrink, replaced by forests or dry, open plains with far less vegetation. For a large predator like Epicaion, this was a serious problem. Its prey, herds of ancient horses, camels, and other grazing mammals, became harder to find as their own food sources dwindled. With less prey available, Epicaion faced increasing difficulty in finding enough food to sustain itself and its pack. The competition for resources became fierce, and only the most adaptable species could survive in these new, harsher conditions. But climate change wasn't the only challenge Epicaion faced. Around the same time, new predators began to appear in North America. Among the most formidable were the saber-toothed cats, like Smilodon and Barbarophiles. These powerful hunters were well adapted to the changing environment and quickly became fierce competitors for the same prey that Epicaion relied on. The arrival of these new predators meant that Epicaion not only had to contend with a shrinking food supply, but also with rivals that were just as skilled, and sometimes even more specialized, at hunting. The competition for survival became a daily struggle, with every hunt potentially turning into a dangerous confrontation. Over time, these pressures proved too much for Epicaion. As the environment continued to change and competition intensified, their numbers dwindled. Eventually, the last of these giant dogs disappeared from the fossil record, leaving behind only their bones and the traces of their once mighty presence. Today, paleontologists study Epicaion's fossils to learn more about how these animals lived, hunted, and ultimately, why they went extinct. Each fossil is like a time capsule, offering clues about the world as it was millions of years ago. The size and strength of Epicaion's jaws, the wear on its teeth, and even the places where its bones are found, all help scientists piece together the story of its life and death. By examining these ancient giants, researchers gain valuable insights into the processes of evolution and extinction. They can see how animals adapt, or fail to adapt, to changing environments, and how the rise and fall of different species shape the course of life on Earth. The story of Epicaion is a powerful example of how interconnected all living things are, and how changes in climate, habitat, and competition can ripple through entire ecosystems. It also serves as a warning for us today, as we face our own challenges with climate change and habitat loss. The lessons we learn from the past can help us make better decisions for the future, ensuring that the incredible diversity of life on our planet continues for generations to come. So, the next time you see a dog, whether it's a tiny Chihuahua or a massive Great Dane, take a moment to remember Epicaion, the giant dog of prehistory. Imagine what it must have been like to see these powerful animals roaming the ancient grasslands, hunting in packs and facing off against saber-toothed cats. Their story is a testament to the incredible adaptability and resilience of the canine family, and a reminder of the many amazing stories that fossils can tell. Through the study of creatures like Epicaion, we not only learn about the past, but also gain a deeper appreciation for the world we live in today and the animals that share it with us. The bones of Epicaion may be silent, but their legacy continues to inspire wonder and curiosity in all who seek to understand the history of life on Earth.